Welcome and good evening to a episode of Pop Culture Renegades, the Infinity Watch. Yes, we have moved from that hashtag show to Pop Culture Renegades. So let me introduce you to one of our newest cast members. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Toni Sanchez.
Hi, Toni. Yay. And everyone knows who this one is. Beyonce, obviously.
Clearly. I actually have a Beyonce tattoo. We'll get to that
you
later.
really?
Yes, I do.
Oh my gosh.
I love
amazing.
Beyonce.
I want to see it.
Clearly.
I have a Batman tattoo, so I was like, yay.
My tattoos are not that interesting.
Really? Was it
so
like
sad.
a kitty or
An
a
arrow
or something? Yeah.
It's like a tiny little star. It's like, it's sad now.
It's okay. That's a good start for tattoo,
start.
you know?
Starter.
Oh! Uh-oh. Party foul.
Nope.
So what's everyone been up to? There's been a lot of crazy Marvel news this week. First, when we first started the week, I was like, what are we going to talk about tonight?
Yeah.
There's nothing going on.
I didn't even know we were
crashing
filming
down.
tonight because I thought that nothing was happening.
Yeah, I was like, okay. And then like Wednesday and Thursday, all this news started coming out. Firstly, let's talk about Fox.
Okay.
Okay, so apparently Fox pushed back New Mutants 10 months.
Ugh.
10 months.
Okay.
What was it supposed to release in April?
In April.
Yeah,
I
in
was
April.
very much looking forward to that.
Everyone was. I mean, even more so than Dark Phoenix, in my opinion.
Horror movie plus Marvel.
Yeah.
I wanted it.
Yeah.
I wanted it.
And their excuse was because they didn't want it to coincide or overlap with Deadpool 2's international release date, which is like...
That doesn't sound true to me.
No.
It sounds like when you're on a bad date and you're like, I have to go home and feed my dog.
Yeah.
This is going great.
Not
That's
by
not
10
a
months.
real,
No, because they could have moved it to June.
Yeah.
Or there's nothing much going on this summer, I don't
It
think.
sounds real
or
fishy.
Fall. Yeah. So, I mean, what are your thoughts on that, Tony?
I mean, it does sound like they're trying to take advantage of, fall scheduling, especially since it's not really heavy with superhero and comic book movies.
Yeah.
It's mostly, holidays and, those movies that are usually pushed, for the Oscars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it just sounds like they were just sort of like, it's a sparse landscape. Let's go ahead and take advantage. And then we can also go ahead and not compete with Deadpool at the same time.
But it's weird because it was pushed to next February.
It's 10 months. It almost makes
March?
me feel like they want to go back and reshoot something
That's
or
what
re-edit or there's something wrong with the movie.
Yeah.
Because
I hope that's not the case.
why would you need that much time?
My theory is that since Dark Phoenix is releasing in November, that they're going to try to shoot something to tie into that for some reason. Because we don't know exactly when the timeline falls, in relation to Dark Phoenix.
Dark Phoenix
and
is
New
in the
Mutants,
90s, but we don't know
what year New Mutants
Yeah,
is
New
in.
Mutants seems like it could be modern, but we don't know.
Right. So, there has to be more to the story.
I always think that a lot of movies and not movies, studios are really, really aware of their marketing budget right about now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So anything that they can do to kind of like, all right, let's not compete. If there's less competition, there's going to be less money
That's
spent.
true, and we don't know what their returns from last year looked like. So they might be saying, we need to...
I mean, because let's face it, I think Wonder Woman is a big reason why a lot of studios have now begun to like pull back on their marketing budgets, just because Batman v Superman was apparently a disappointment because they went ahead and spent something like $125-150 million
just on marketing
alone. And apparently, even though Batman v Superman did pretty good at the box office, it couldn't really compensate as well as they wanted it to for their marketing budget. Wonder Woman, there was a lot of complaints about the fact that, like, it's not being pushed, it's not being marketed to the level that Batman v Superman was. But it's like, okay, but for good reason, because they don't want it to. They don't want it to be a flop, even though it's going to go ahead and make $300-500 million. So I think they're going to go ahead and try to hedge their bets, going to go ahead and try to find a spot where they're not going to have to compete with a whole lot of other movies and then not have to spend as much. So
if they were just making good movies, they wouldn't have this problem, though.
That's true, but unfortunately, that's too much to ask
if
for.
If Batman v
sometimes.
Superman had been a good movie, they wouldn't have had that problem.
I mean, you can't ask for that much, though. You know that.
It is. But what a lot of people don't know, who are not in the film industry, is that if a film doesn't make $1 billion, it is considered a failure today.
It's terrible, but
especially
it's
these superhero properties. Yeah, if you made $800 million, goody whoop. That's not what they wanted. They want $1 billion minimum. But you're right. I mean, but the DCEU has made a lot of changes, or WB has made a lot of changes in the upper management level. So we'll see if that reflects in their slates. Because WB makes good movies. It's the DCEU that's an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking at you, Walter Hamada. Do some good work.
The next change that they made was Deadpool was moved up from June to March.
No, May.
No, May.
It moved up by
From
about
June,
3
yes.
weeks. It's May. I remember.
Yeah.
From June 1st to May 18th.
Yeah, May 18th.
Yes.
It's my brother's birthday. That's why I remembered. Take him to go see Deadpool.
There you go.
Hey.
There you go.
So it moved into that kind of, it's not exactly Memorial Day weekend, but it's close enough.
It's close enough to where it'll be that Memorial Day movie.
Yeah, I remember back in the 90s, even early 2000s, everyone was vying for that Memorial Day weekend spot,
Yep.
4th of July
4th of
spot.
July, those 3-day weekends, those big summer 3-day weekends. Labor Day was another big
And
one.
any day, and yeah, any weekend in July, basically. Now it's just like, it went the way of streaming TV where there's no November sweeps or May sweeps anymore.
Well, like, you know what movie ruined it? Honestly, 300. Because 300 came out in April. And everybody thought like, oh, it's just some whatever movie. And it was this comic book movie that made like $1 bajillion out of nowhere. It was the highest grossing movie like 6 weeks in a row because nothing came out against it because it came out in April.
Yeah.
Hey,
And that
TMNT was in theaters. I do remember.
Yeah,
that. Okay,
right?
that was it. That
Yeah,
was
no,
the
it was
only thing I
like
interested in.
TMNT and 300 were it. And so many people went to go see 300 that the next year people started putting their movies out earlier and earlier. Because
Yeah.
like, well, if 300 got an audience, we can do it too.
Exactly. I just want to say hello to everyone in the chat here. Hey, Jalen Glover. We have Ryan Earl, Wizard Magic Dragon. We have Blackwing. Thank you for joining us tonight, and everybody there on Facebook. We are dual streaming tonight. I want to encourage everyone to join our Facebook group, THS Hashtaggers, so we can continue the conversation after the stream. Also, to support the show, if you're on YouTube, please hit that little S symbol at the bottom. Stands for hope. It also stands for support the show here.
Doesn't work on the stream.
Also
Oh,
doesn't
doesn't
work
lie.
on the stream because I don't
Smash
see
like
an
and
S.
subscribe. Smash it later.
I'm on autopilot. Another way to support the show is to go to tpublic.com. We do have a store there that hashtag show.
We've only been on like 15 minutes, not even, and they're great GIF moments already.
What is going on?
If you can make GIFs, please GIF this show.
Send
But
it to me,
anyway,
please.
guys, con season's coming up. Wherever you're at, there is a con appearing, and you guys need geek merchandise, so please go to tpublic.com. We have shirts, we have all kinds of stuff, lanyards, whatever. Con weekend's hitting for us for ALA in about a couple weeks, so we're excited about that, or at least I am. So, Deadpool 2 is being moved up. I love their trailer. The Bob
Ross,
yes,
yes.
the Bob Ross trailer.
All right. The genius thing about that is it's an actual trailer, and I
Right.
don't think a lot
Yeah.
of people realize
I
that.
think a lot of people
because
thought it was a joke.
No, well, they thought that it was, I think, a featurette or
Yeah.
maybe like some sort of like web exclusive.
Right.
But when they saw the same trailer that they saw on YouTube being played before a movie,
Yeah.
the whole
That was kinda
theater,
jarring.
half of them had already seen it, so half of them were really excited about it.
Yeah.
Or at least the last movie I went that actually had it, and then half the theater was just sort of like just didn't know what to do with themselves, and it was
Right.
amazing. It was the best reaction ever, and I think it was completely the reaction they wanted out of an audience. It's genius.
They
I
moved
love
up
it.
2 weeks, and they also released a statement saying that even though Disney has Deadpool, Fox, all this now, that they are keeping the harsh Deadpool the way that he is, and he's keeping his R rating.
You have to. I mean,
Oh,
otherwise
yeah.
he's not Deadpool.
No.
And then what's the point? I mean,
And
you
I
may
was-
as well just go ahead and just,
I was honestly so skeptical going into the first movie. I was like, there's no way they can make this and
Yes,
make
there
it
is
good.
if it's
And
Ryan
then-
Reynolds.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
They win.
And then it
They
happened,
went
and they
in.
went whole hog.
They
Yeah,
went
man.
all in. And
Hey, there he
Leslie.
is.
Oh,
There
hey.
it is, yeah.
He's so cute.
I just love that Afro
He's
wig.
the cutest little murderer
So
ever.
which
That's why I
character
love
are you
him.
most excited to see in the sequel? Like, or which character you want to see more of? Now, for one, I'm surprised that I'm kind of surprised that Vanessa's in this one because they didn't really
Yeah.
highlight that fact.
Okay.
Everyone was focused on Domino and thought
Yeah,
that
yeah.
would be the new love interest, and I was like, no, I love Morena and she's my favorite. So
I really like Domino as a character, and I love the casting they did with this, and I think she looks fantastic. But the little punk kid in me loves Negasonic Teenage Warhead. Like, I just loved her character. She was such, like, if I was 15 years old and also had superpowers,
Yeah.
that's probably how I would have acted.
Just shave your head
Yeah, just shave my
and-
head and be a little badass, so.
What's anybody gonna do to you? I mean,
Yeah,
nothing.
right.
Nothing.
Nothing.
I love rewatching that movie because it seems like a quick rewatch. Like it's not gonna
Yeah.
take all the whole time, and it's still funny.
It never gets not funny.
Yeah, exactly. It's like The Office.
When he's got the little baby hand.
No, I'm really excited for Colossus because honestly, Daniel Cudmore is the only other time that we've actually seen Colossus in live action.
Yeah.
And he looked great, but he didn't really get to do that much. I think in 2 movies he had 1 line.
Yep.
And then it's like,
Welcome to Jubilee's life.
yeah.
In the Fox MCU.
And that's really sad because he's such a good character. I mean, there's so much potential there. And then to see it go ahead and exploit it to the point of just being so hilarious is amazing. And I'm very, very excited to see what I hope he's not just shelved and just sort of like, you know, pushed off to the side in favor of Cable and Domino.
Right.
That's a very real risk. But I hope he comes back and I hope that he's has a bigger role in this one.
I'm also curious to see what they do with Cable's character because as a Marvel Comics character, he has got such a weird, interesting backstory.
Yeah.
And so I wonder if they're going to delve into that at all or if it's just they're just going to present him as a character with no backstory and move on.
I think they should go that route.
Yeah, I do too, because it's his character's just too messy.
Right.
And with the way that the Fox Marvel movies have happened, like I don't think there's a clean way to really make him happen.
No, because his backstory literally starts with, well, what had happened was.
Right, what had happened was we went back in time.
Yeah, it's too much.
Well, Deadpool's origin story was what? Running time of 15 minutes? Maybe 20? They like kind of like...
Yeah.
I mean, the movie is called Deadpool, so you have to do
Right,
that.
so you have to do
But
that.
no, my point is like it didn't have to take an hour and a half to tell his whole origin story.
I personally don't need that.
Yeah, no.
For Cable, I don't think I really, since I don't need it, I don't want it. I'm not like, this has to happen in the movie.
No, for sure.
Yeah, but I think you can go ahead and just, I think if you go ahead and keep him just mysterious, that could be awesome. That could just be like, we have no idea what this guy is or, you know, what his story is.
We're not touching it.
He's just badass and he looks like Josh Brolin and
and that's that.
That's it.
And they're bringing back Dopinder, and it's just
God.
This has like all the vibe of an indie film because they bring back all these like really small supporting characters.
What was her name? Gita,
yeah.
You know who it
happy.
reminds me of? And it's funny because he has now directed a superhero movie. It reminds me of Taika Waititi movies.
I love
Yes.
I just saw What We Do in the Shadows. And
You just
I just saw
so
let me look up
one
some
of
more
my
Taika
favorite
stuff.
movies of all time.
Oh
I
my
cannot
gosh.
wait for the sequel.
It is literally the most surprising movie I've ever watched, and it happened just randomly on one weekend where a friend was like, I don't know what this is, but we're just gonna put it on. I'm like, who does that anymore? Nobody does
Nobody
that.
does
Nobody
that.
just says, I don't know what this is,
have
but
a
let's just
focus,
watch it.
Yeah. You go on Wikipedia and you look it up first.
Exactly.
You don't just put anything on.
And we watched it, and it was just amazing from beginning to end, just on itself. But as a surprise, it was like, this is probably one of my favorite movie experiences ever. And if you haven't seen it, please.
If you guys haven't seen it, it's basically like a vampire mockumentary.
It's like The Office with vampires.
Yeah, it's a funny watch. I mean, what you get in Thor Ragnarok.
Type is so good.
Yeah. And thirdly, Gambit movie loses its director, loses its like fourth release date.
Good.
It moves from February 14, 2019 to June something 2019 and June 7th or whatever. And yeah, guys, I called it on After Dark like 3 weeks ago. This movie's not happening. Okay, it just isn't. With this whole Fox Disney Marvel deal, so they're looking at everything in development that hasn't been shot, that hasn't had a lot of money put into it, and they're like, do we really want to make this movie?
No.
Because by the time Gambit gets done filming and post and being released, I mean, this acquisition is going to happen. They don't want this film. Fox doesn't want this film. 2 people want this film, and that's the Donner family and Channing Tatum. That's it.
And I respect that, but it's like the fact that you couldn't even successfully squeeze in Gambit into an ensemble film, concerns me so much. And that is not Taylor Kitsch's fault. I will go ahead and defend Taylor Kitsch on that one.
I think most people will.
Listen, he put in a lot of work to try to make that, and so many of what went wrong with that character was so beyond his control. So I don't blame you, Taylor. But it's like, you had literally just an open playground to just go ahead and create Gambit and go ahead and just decide this is what we're going to do without having to tie into his background, his connections with Rogue or anybody else like that. We're just going to go ahead and just play with this character. And that's what they did with that. And honestly, I don't see how a solo film is going to going to be any better.
As a lover of the X-Men and the X-Men animated series, I love Gambit. I really do. He does not need his own movie, though.
Yeah.
He does not need
Well, he works better in a group setting, or at the very least with somebody to play off with. That's why the Wolverine Gambit comics are so
They're
good.
so good. But like,
so good.
There was an article on Sci-Fi this week by Sarah Sentry. I have no clue who she is, but she said she laid out every reason why it's a bad idea. Like, Gambit really has no character. He dresses in neon. His whole deal is like being from New Orleans with the Assassins Guild, who also dress in neon. How you gonna try and kill somebody dressed in neon?
I mean,
you can't sneak up on anybody
I don't know
in
if
neon.
you've been to the South, but we're bold that way. So,
also, you're so distracted by the neon wear. It's just like
you just
they
don't
can
rush
get
them
you.
and kill you.
You're just like caught off guard.
He like his whole mission in life is just to have red eyes and sleep with every woman he meets.
I mean,
how you gonna make a movie
that's
about
like
that?
Daniel.
but you can though. Listen, you can if you have the right kind of people who understand the appeal of that character. They do not understand the appeal
They
of this
wanted
character.
to make Magic Mike with an accent. Is what they wanted.
Man. And I'm sorry, Channing
can't.
Tatum, you're just you're too. I mean, God bless you. You are talented and you are good looking. He's too old. He's too old.
I don't know if
I don't
age
think
is
so. I don't think so.
I think
I don't
he's
think
too
so.
old.
I don't think this is about ageism. I think this is about just the vibe and. I don't.
Well, I think he reads as like an old. For me, Channing Tatum reads as a dad. He reads
Okay.
as
But
like
Gambit to me reads as
I'm
an
sorry
older
if like
character.
old was
He's
the
been
wrong
through-
way to go, but
he's
like
been through some shit.
Yeah.
I don't like the casting of these X-Men movies or any superhero movie in general where you've got a 19-year-old playing it. Like, no, they don't have the experience to save lives and do shit. They
It is
can't
a
even pay
school.
bills on time.
it is a school for gifted youngsters, so I don't mind them going ahead
But
and leaning
Gambit's
young.
not going to
but-
school.
He was one of the professors.
Yeah. He was living in the sewers.
Yeah.
Did they allow him in charge of
No, I don't
children
think
that
he was
way?
a teacher.
Eventually, at some point in the comic book.
Marauders? No, whatever they're called.
No, at some point in
The
the comic
Morlocks?
books, he
Morlocks?
Morlocks, stop it. At one point
The
in the comic
Morlocks.
books, he does have a class he's in charge of.
Okay.
I think it was when Emma Frost was over the school, but it does happen in the comic books.
That explains a lot.
Right? Emma Frost
Shut
will put
up
him in
back
charge.
there.
That explains a lot. What?
Look, Peanut Gallery.
We got people mansplaining behind the scenes
dear.
back there.
I'm explaining it right.
Oh.
I mean, I don't know who the Morlocks are.
Shut up, thwart.
Is that like the
How many glasses of wine have you
the
had?
Boondocks and the Morlocks made a thing?
Anyway, if you guys didn't know, Joe can't say thwart. So if you want to see the blooper reel for that, please stay tuned. No, we don't. Anyway, I don't know when they're gonna say that this movie is canceled, but they just need to do it.
Yeah,
Because
they
this
need
is
to get
getting
over it.
as bad as the DCEU with their Batman stuff. This is just getting that bad.
I honestly feel like there's going to be, if it's scrapped altogether, I feel like it will come with an announcement that there will be a rebooted X universe. I honestly
I
feel
agree with that.
They're gonna
I
see
agree with
how
that.
Dark Phoenix does first.
Yeah.
They're going to see how that does.
I don't have a whole lot of hope. I'm sorry. The whole...
I feel like this is like Beetlejuice 2 when they keep saying, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, you
Beetlejuice
guys.
goes to
It's
Hawaii,
coming.
man. Let's do
It's
it.
coming.
Yeah.
30 years later, Gambit movie is coming.
Yeah, let's hope not.
No one
New
cares.
X universe. Let's do this. Wipe the slate clean, man. Let's go.
I'm ready. I'm so ready.
She's ready. Next. Okay, so
I
the
have
Red
very strong
Sparrow
feelings.
trailer by Fox released on what, Tuesday? And then the very next day, after everyone was like, Jennifer Lawrence is cosplaying as Black Widow. What is this? Blah, blah, blah. Kevin Feige's like, guys, we're in development for a Black Widow movie. We hired a writer. We spoke with Scarlett Johansson to see what she wanted to do with this film. And we're penning a script. Go.
God, this is gonna sound terrible because everybody loves Black Widow and they're like, Black Widow, feminism, strong women, yay! And I'm gonna sound like an asshole, but remember when I say this, I love Beyonce. I am a feminist. I hate Black Widow. I hate her so much.
Really?
I've
I've never heard that.
I just feel like her character was shoehorned into a lot of the movies.
Okay.
And was incredibly useless. And I really...
Wow, incredibly.
I didn't like the love story with her and Bruce Banner. I
Oh,
really
no. That was
hated
terrible.
her whole, they removed my uterus to make me a spy storyline in Avengers 2. Like, there's just lots of things that have happened with that character that I don't vibe with. And I don't
But
think
that was all
need...
Joss Whedon. You're like citing everything from Ultron.
Maybe you just don't like the movie.
Yeah,
maybe,
sounds
maybe.
like Ultron.
Maybe I low-key don't like Age of Ultron, and I thought I did.
I don't think it's low key.
I also hated her wig in Iron Man too. I'm just gonna throw that out there. That was real bad.
Yeah.
It was not good.
The curly mane.
Right? Yeah. No. I just don't think I need 2 hours of
Girl,
that.
you gotta brush that.
I saw.
But come on.
I saw and
those
really
fight
enjoyed.
scenes.
What was the one with Charlize Theron that just came out?
Atomic Blonde.
I loved Atomic Blonde.
So then they should get the same fight choreographers for that for the Black Widow movie.
Also soundtrack, because that Atomic Blonde soundtrack was kicking.
No,
it was real
great.
good.
It was great. No, well, I can see the whole like uterus removal thing. I can see like that being part of the whole, I don't know, orientation process for this thing, if you want to call it that. But yeah, I hated the whole forced Bruce Banner romance.
Let me
thing.
sing you a night lullaby. What was it? Night song.
I love how they made fun of that throughout all of Thor.
Thor, right? I love Taika Waititi was just poking holes and stupid
It's
stuff.
okay, the sun is coming. Or down or something.
Sun's getting real low. Sun's getting real low. Sun's getting real low.
Like,
He's
oh
like, will you please stop saying that? No, listen, with all of these characters, there is an intense amount of potential there. Unfortunately, I don't think we've gone ahead and, exploited it to its full, extent. Yeah. I think that there's just so much that could be done with her, and then they just really don't, just because they're like, we don't really know what to do with her, and how do we make her compelling, and how do we go ahead and give her an origin story that is somewhat tragic, but it's like, she's tragic enough. She's an anti-hero, and I think that there's when they were, floating around the idea of a Hawkeye Black Widow movie, like the whole Budapest, storyline,
I would enjoy
that would have been so awesome, because I think that is such an interesting part of the MCU that really just isn't done. They really don't do much with it. They're just kind of like, will they or won't they? Are they or are they not? And then you found out that he had a family, and like they're absolutely not banging. But it's like that was a little more interesting to me, where it's like, okay, explain to me this friendship. How do you get to this point where you're not only the best friend of Hawkeye, you're also the best friend of Hawkeye's wife, and that had to be such an interesting story, where it's like you bring home the Black Widow who looks like Scarlett Johansson, and like what was that like? Friends. Yeah, and then it's like the kids are really in love with her, and like what is that story?
And that's what I think my problem is. I just feel like maybe it's not that she's useless; she's underutilized.
They've
never really done anything
so
with
many
her character. I don't
in the
care
MCU
about it,
and it's a shame that she's one of them. But yeah, she's definitely
that's definitely the word.
Incredibly underrated.
Yeah, I think that's maybe I just don't care about her character because I've never been given a reason to.
Right.
So I don't necessarily see what they're gonna do with the movie because I haven't seen her.
Hopefully they'll see it as, hey, we have the time to do this. We don't have to go ahead and shift focus over to Bruce Banner or Tony Stark or any of the other 142 Avengers. Like, we can go ahead and give her some attention now. I think, if they can make this happen and they actually announce it in the next phase, I think that'll be awesome. And I think, we have to give them credit. They've yet to put out a movie that is just unequivocally terrible. Even their worst movie is still above average in terms of quality. So, yeah, I'm excited.
So do you two think it's going to be an origin story or take
I hope not.
Know.
I don't
don't
need
an origin
got enough
story.
Of origin in.
That's why I said they missed the boat on this Black Widow thing. That was all phase 1, part of phase 2. That was it.
It's taken a long time. We got enough of her origin in Ultron, which wasn't.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, honestly, how many more movies do we need about a sexy female spy who, is equally deadly and sexy? Like, I don't need that.
I mean, Marvel.
I would watch all of them.
I'm just saying, like, we have those movies.
We have James Bond. We have Jason Bourne.
Right?
We have
John
Jack
Wick.
Bauer.
And
I mean, come
I'm
on. We can have multiple female ones
as
too.
both a feminist and a horn dog, I would love to see more sexy female spies.
I mean, she's already sexy female. I'm just saying, like, I don't need to see, like, the origin of that. I have that movie. I have plenty of those
I just want to see her on crazy spy adventures, Oh, no, absolutely. She can fight Oddjob.
Oh, no, go work. Yeah, absolutely. Please.
So the only thing is she might have to be paired off with Avenger at this point if it's just like a mission type
mission-based movie.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm okay
I don't
with that.
necessarily would say a prequel, but Captain Marvel is not going to be a prequel, but it is part of the MCU, but it's going to be set in the 80s. I feel like they could do something like that with Black Widow, right?
No, because Black Widow is probably like 30.
How old is Scarlett Johansson?
We haven't confirmed that, though. We haven't confirmed the age of Black Widow.
We haven't, but she's not good. She's going to be young in the 80s.
Okay, but also,
she's not going to be.
But we haven't confirmed
that Scarlett Johansson can carry a whole movie, though.
What?
Can Scarlett Johansson?
Oh
carry
yeah,
a movie?
That
yeah.
Lucy film made about 700 million.
You know what? I didn't. But was
No,
it
not
good though?
700,
I didn't
sorry,
see it.
400.
Was it good? I didn't see it.
She was good in it.
Okay.
The story itself was
Luke
just.
Besson is real hit and miss, man.
Yeah,
he is.
yes.
That ending was. Spoilers. It was sketch. I
Okay.
don't know.
Plus,
if
there's a
anybody has
demand
seen
for
it.
this film, so it's not like how Captain Marvel was. Like, no one
Okay.
asked for a Captain Marvel film, but they put that
I wanted
first.
it though. But I wanted it.
But you didn't ask for it. That's how people
But
were
I'm gonna
asking for
take
Black
it.
Widow.
That's like when I see free donuts in the break room. I didn't ask for them,
I'd rather
but
see
I'll
the
take
Black
them.
Widow film and Wonder Woman 2 before I see Captain Marvel. I don't know why, but I don't know. Brie Larson's okay to
I
me,
love
but she's very
Brie Larson.
vanilla.
Did you watch United States of Terra?
No,
Oh,
but I
she's
know
good
of
in
it.
Oh God.
I mean, I've seen Brie Larson. I like her, but she's like too vanilla to catch my interest in these films. Is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
I like the heroes that have like kind of the dark past or some kind of dark. You know, hello,
Batman.
I'm in love with
Batman
Batman.
tattoo. Okay,
so,
yeah,
okay.
I mean, I'm not excited just because they haven't shown us anything. I mean,
I don't think they have anything, do they?
they have nothing.
They have a
they
tweet
haven't
of Brie
shot
Larson
yet.
reading a Captain Marvel
I
comic
did find
book.
this out. Apparently, this is a completely somewhat related tangent, but the women's U.S. skiing team that is going to Korea, that is going to the next Olympics. Look this up. The uniforms are actually modeled after Captain Marvel,
Ooh.
and the men's skiing team, their uniform is modeled after Captain America. So yeah, I just found that out. It was completely random, and yeah, that's literally the only thing I've seen
I mean, I'm
in
on board with
relation
this
to
Captain
this.
Marvel. I get
so
with this Captain America ski team outfit. I don't know how I feel.
it looks good.
I don't know. Yeah, all Hispanic-y and stuff.
Yeah,
I guess
we'll
we're
figure it
gonna-
out.
We're gonna have to figure that out. So we'll see if it actually happens or if it goes in the way of Gambit.
I hope not.
We'll
but
see. Apparently, the writer's supposed to
Yikes.
meet with Scarlett sometime soon, so they can pen out the script. I don't know.
Why does she need script input? She just come over here and read the lines.
I don't
She
know.
doesn't
They're trying
need
to
to write
placate
it.
everyone.
I mean, you still got to get her to sign on because I'm not
Okay,
sure
true.
how
Maybe
long
she
that
wouldn't want to
contract
do it.
actually extends. To be honest, so
No, for sure. Whether she wants to do it or not, or because these
That's
people
different,
have
but-
been here for a long time, and you think like, hey, they're getting millions of dollars, but some of them are bored.
I think
They
that
wanna
leads
do
to our next
everything.
conversation, though.
some of them are real tired about that exercise, plan. They just want to go back to
Yeah,
just
like Chris
eating
Evans
chips
probably
and
wants to
don't-
have pizza
Poor
every day. He's
Chris
from
Evans.
Boston. He wants to have that Chicago, no, like Chicago style pizza.
Chicago style pizza in Boston.
He wants to have that spaghetti. Wait, what's the next thing? Wait, what were you doing this?
Because we're talking about Avengers 4 next, aren't we?
Oh yeah.
Yeah! Avengers 4.
Avengers 4 photos have leaked, and we have another blondie.
I'm telling you, man, he's just trying to hide those grays. That's all it is.
You think that's actually Robert Downey doing that?
It's somebody who's in that makeup trailer saying like, "This is going to be great. We don't have
But
to touch up your
we
grays all
don't
that
know
often."
if it'll actually show up that way.
That's true.
Yeah, we don't know. Okay, so Avengers 4 photos have leaked, and
There we go.
there was some speculation that they are utilizing the Time Stone, Infinity Stone, to go back to the past, back when they did the whole Battle of New York,
Which color is the time stone?
back in the Avengers. We'll
like
call
that.
it yellow.
Okay. I'll take it.
Green.
Green.
Green as in Green Lantern,
Green is in time.
or green as in Doctor Strange.
Green is in time.
Green as in
Oh,
time.
that's right.
So why they would need to go back in time to the Battle of New York, which was, of course, the battle in the first Avengers.
Very traumatizing for everyone involved. We don't know.
I don't know.
We don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Like, what? Like, why? What happened in that film? Loki? Are they trying to do something with Loki? I don't know.
I haven't watched that movie in quite some time, so I honestly don't remember it that well.
I do.
You
I watched that movie so
say it like you watched it last night. I know everything that
theory
happened.
that why they would go back in time.
You have a theory.
Okay, so I don't have a theory, but I mean, like, okay, Loki was there,
Right.
So and hopefully, you could go ahead and intervene and go ahead and
yeah.
hold a little intervention and say, like, listen, some things that you might do in the future is going to lead to something really, really ridiculous that even you, an evil villain, you're not going to be down with it.
Right.
Or it could also be going back to Tony Stark's decision to go ahead and kill off all of the what was the name of them?
Vitari?
Chitauri.
Chitauri,
Chitauri,
yeah.
sorry.
Vitari was a
Vitari.
Twilight.
Volturi, Twilight.
Oh
No,
no.
I don't watch Twilight. I don't.
I read all the books. I've seen all the movies.
But maybe there's a decision there that, you know, needed to be made differently. Maybe you don't kill the Chitauri. I don't know why you wouldn't.
Well, didn't they pull one of
because
the
maybe the
Infinity
Chitauri
Stones in
can
that
kill the
film?
Skrulls.
No,
Skrulls
didn't
are
they
coming.
pull one of the Infinity
Skrulls are coming.
Stones? It was tied to that whole staff thingamajigger.
I think the first stone was part of the Tesseract, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe it has something to do with the Tesseract.
No, the Tesseract and the staff are two completely different stones because you're talking about the Mind Stone and the Tesseract.
Right, but I'm trying to figure out what they discovered in the first Avengers film to kick all this off, and I think it was the Tesseract, right? Because it started like...
Space Stone.
It was the Space Stone.
It
was the Space Stone.
I'm hoping that it still comes back. Okay, because this is the one thing they still haven't addressed at any of these movies is the fact that Tony Stark has actually been able to go ahead and create synthetic Tesseract. They've never addressed that.
No.
At
It
all.
happened, and they're like, meh.
Yeah.
What was that? Iron Man 2? That was Iron Man 2, right? Yeah. So, I don't know. Hopefully.
Iron Man 2 with Mickey Rourke.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yikes.
Yeah,
guys.
not a great, not one of the best in the MCU, but yeah, I don't know. So I mean, there's a bunch of things. I mean, and Avengers is the first time that we got all these guys together for the first time ever.
Yeah. So, I mean, we know that
There's a lot of people in
a
play.
few people don't die in the upcoming Infinity War Part 1.
But
Nobody's
and
dying.
this is why I made that face when you were saying people getting out of their contracts, because I do think that this time travel Avengers 4, the Skrulls craziness. I'm thinking that people are going to die. They're going to die to get them out of their contract.
Part 2.
I mean, part of it is like, yay, drama, dramatic. But I mean, the logistical reason is get them out of their contracts because it's been a long time. It's been a long time. They've been making these movies for how many years? They want to eat pizza.
Listen, every single person that has been asked about whether or not they'd be down for more movies past Infinity War and past Avengers 5, they all say the same thing. I'm totally down if Marvel is. So,
I mean, but
with the exception of
but
Robert Downey.
But he said that before.
Robert Downey
He said
Jr.
that
is
after
also,
Iron Man 3.
He's
So it
old. He's
sounds
got a
like-
toddler. He wants to go home and read the paper and shit.
He's got a toddler?
I don't blame
Yeah.
him. I do not blame him whatsoever. I don't blame anybody who is willing to go ahead and move past the MCU. I really don't. But a lot of people are
I would
like,
milk
I'm
that
on
cow till
board.
it was dry, personally.
Chris
Chris-
Evans
but they
tried
didn't
to
ask me.
quit like 3 times over. He's
Chris
having,
Evans,
like, a
he was one of the ones that was
breakdown.
just like, well, that's kind of up to Marvel and what they
Chris
end up doing
Evans
with
has
the
played like
character.
every
Chris
superhero
Hemsworth.
ever, though, so he can sit down.
Chris Hemsworth too. He was like, "Hey, talk to Marvel because it's clearly not up to me what they decide to do."
I
with
know,
the
it's
character."
funny.
So-
He completed all his scenes for Avengers 3 and 4, and he was just like, towards the end, we were kind of counting down the days to when this ended because we've been there for months and months, and it was back to back, so it sounded like he was kind of over it.
I mean, it's
Woohoo! I'll be getting paid $1 million to play a superhero.
I mean, they're getting paid way more than
I mean,
$1 million.
let's be real. They're getting kicked around. They're getting knocked around. They're getting to do a lot. I mean,
It
this
takes its toll.
You want to
It
trade
does.
jobs?
I would no. Please believe me.
I'm
I'd
telling
sign up
Chris
in a
Evans,
minute.
I'll be Captain
I'd
America.
sign up in a minute.
You can go clock it at my 9 to 5.
Oh my
He's got a
goodness.
dog back at home, guys. He wants
I
to go
know.
home.
Like, I'm
He
thinking
wants
about
to
my
walk
dog.
his dog. He
I
wants
want
to
to
feed
date.
him.
Like, I have no
But
life
this is
here.
what I don't understand. Why can't
You
you
have to
bring
watch
his
your
dog to the
mouth.
set?
You
That's
can't.
a
You
dog.
barely pay attention to the dog there too. Anyway, I'm sure his dog probably comes.
He
every
could,
once in a
Wag
while.
is an app. He can get Wag on the set, walk his
I ain't gonna
dog.
Chris Evans, if
tried,
you're
Wag.
watching, Jordan will walk your dog. Okay.
Yes, I will.
She'll travel with your dog to set instead of your girlfriend Jenny Slate.
No, they broke up.
What?
Yes.
When?
Earlier this year, it was too much.
No, because they spent Christmas together. Wait, this year as in like literally.
Not 2018, like they broke up in 2017 because it was too much.
No, you guys missed it. They spent Christmas together, okay? You gotta keep up with the celebrity gossip.
That don't mean they're back together though, because I hung out with my ex on Christmas, so not this year.
Well, then you
many
both
moons
are
ago
weird.
when I was younger and dumber.
You and Chris Evans are weird then, okay? That's not the norm.
Clearly, we're a match made in heaven. We're both weird, and I want to walk his dog.
Well, well, that has
That might
other
be his
meanings.
only reference.
That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant.
Are you okay? Okay. Like, that's not what I meant.
Girl, breathe.
Another thing that they're bringing back in Avengers 4 is that tech that Tony used back in Civil War. Okay, I'm
Civil
like,
War.
what movie was that?
Which one?
That was amazing tech, by the way. The one that called Barf when he de-aged himself in that whole simulation. So they think that that's going to play a key factor, you know, because that removes like traumatic memories or whatever. So we'll see. Because the last time Tony tried to, use tech to solve problems, Ultron You know, he birthed James Spader in computer form.
But I mean, James Spader versus a holograph. So I mean,
I think if they remove those, like it can remove traumatic memories, I think that'd be very interesting with Tony because he's been, like, would he remove his traumatic memories, go back to the Chitauri War, and make the same stupid decisions he did then?
Or maybe he's going to remove memories of someone else. Or maybe, because Joe has this theory that Hawkeye's family is going to get murked.
Hawkeye's whole family? That's so sad.
That's what I'm saying. He's like, with all these
wait, what's the theory?
It's not a
Okay.
It's a theory. He thinks that Hawkeye's entire family is going to die.
Wow.
So, and then Black Widow is going to sacrifice herself for Hawkeye like Quicksilver did.
You heard it here first.
He's so upset because I keep calling it a theory. But guess what? It's a theory until aired.
I'm still really hurt by that whole Quicksilver thing. I am.
I know that was
he deserved better.
Stupid.
Listen,
he deserved better.
Listen, I know Infinity War is supposed to get dark. Are they actually going to kill off an entire family kind of dark though? Because
I mean, it is
Disney.
Disney.
They killed whole cities of villagers and
still
shit.
Disney.
They killed like Nemo's family.
Disney is not in the business of killing off kids. We kill off
mom.
They kill off parents left and right. Absolutely. But we're talking about killing off 2 kids.
I mean, all you gotta say is they passed away off screen. I mean, it's not like
I don't Disney just killed Admiral Akbar with no shame.
Again, not a child.
Also, the Padawans in The Last Jedi.
Wasn't Disney. Wasn't Disney wasn't Disney
He
back
pulled
then.
Anakin Skywalker. I killed him. I killed them all. Even the Padawans.
Like the whole
Those were grown people. There were no children on that. There were no children in that massacre, okay? Somebody listen, interwebs, somebody has it. I know you do.
Moving on.
Pull up that frame. I want you to check those bodies and try to find a child.
They were burned to a crisp. So.
All right, Disney will kill some kids.
To move on.
Disney will kill some kids, but depending how
I
they
disagree,
do it,
but okay.
I mean, maybe they'll leave the orphan children behind because they like to do that. They'll like
they
to make everyone an orphan. So
then that way they can be thrown
so
down
they can
a
be
well
heroes
and find
because they have that
treasure
traumatic
or
past.
become a superhero.
Are you ladies like excited to see Infinity War? You're just like, we saw this thing.
No, I'm
like,
totally excited. Are you kidding? Dude, listen, okay. Fun story about me. At the end of Iron Man, after the end of that end credit scene with Samuel L. Jackson when he said, "I'm here to talk to you about the Avengers Initiative."
I've never seen that end credit scene, by the way.
Wow! Where have you been?
That was when they started doing it, and I never went back to watch it.
It's been on DVD for like 19 years.
I have the DVD and
everything. It's been out so long. It came out on DVD. It wasn't even, see it when it's streaming. That's how long ago it was.
Well,
streaming movies weren't a thing.
Okay. You should see it. Okay, because, all right, let me take you back to everybody who doesn't remember this moment,
Let's
okay?
take the time.
The internet was alive and well, okay? And it was a lot of speculation about what Iron Man meant, for an extended universe. If the Avengers was even going to happen. There were rumors that Samuel L. Jackson was visiting the set, and then when this end credits scene happened, and he explicitly states the Avengers Initiative, meaning that this is going to happen. Not only are we going to make more of these movies, they're all going to go ahead and come back for the Avengers, all of these heroes, all in one movie. I was so excited that I started to have a happy panic attack. And I had to be literally carried out. I'm not exaggerating. My 2 friends, Brandon and Adrian, had to pick me up because the guys that work in the theater were like, "Ma'am, you need to go because we need to sleep all around you." And I was just freaking out, and I was like, "Guys, you don't understand." And I was hyperventilating. It was a
big deal for you. It was a big deal for you. Well, that's cute.
So,
this is cute. I like the story.
So now that we are here 10 years later, and not only are we getting all of these
it's been more than 10 years, hasn't it?
No, 10 year anniversary.
10 years exactly.
10 years,
10 years. Okay.
We're here 10 years later, and the fact that we're getting more than just 6 Avengers in that first movie, we're getting
35 Avengers.
Yes.
All the Avengers ever.
It's amazing. I'm so pumped. I'm so excited. The first time I saw that trailer, I almost cried, and I had to no, we're not going to do that.
She's gonna cry right now.
Not today.
Not today, Satan.
I was at work when that trailer dropped, and it's very funny because I work at a company that's very pop culture based. And so somebody emailed it to the whole marketing department. And usually there's a lot of chatter in our office. We sit bullpen style. So there's not cubicles. We're just all next to each other talking and laughing it up. And the minute that email went out to the whole marketing department and buying team, you could just hear everybody get quiet. Like, you heard the level of chatter just drop because we're all sitting there watching the trailer. And as soon as we're over, we all just, like, looked up, like, did you see it?
The Infinity War trailer wasn't even that great.
Come on.
It wasn't that great.
All I needed to see.
It was in the vein of The Happening with Mark Wahlberg when everyone just reaction shots.
Really? All I needed was that scene of Black Panther just running, and he's running, and he's next to the other Avengers, and he's running. That's all I needed.
Not all that happened, though. You had context, you had story, you had actual lines. You didn't have, like, a voiceover, and I don't know. They didn't tell me anything.
It doesn't need to.
There have been better trailers. I agree with that, but I didn't need much more than what they gave us.
Everything to be told to me in a trailer. I hate trailers.
You know what? Nothing
doesn't have to tell you everything, but that was just told you nothing.
Nothing pisses me off more than when I go see a movie and I realize after having wasted 2 hours of seeing the movie that they gave me everything in the trailer.
Yeah.
Look at, besides Justice League, because I think those were the worst trailers ever.
Oh, God.
DCEU knows how to make a trailer without
that's what they were working with, okay?
Without telling you the entire story.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Did we not see the Batman v Superman?
That was a good trailer. That was a good trailer. That Suicide Squad was a good trailer. Man of Steel was a good trailer.
I don't know what's happening over here.
Well, you should know because you're telling me the Infinity War trailer was better than any of that? Okay.
What?
Sorry. Nope. Black Panther was better than Infinity War trailer.
Listen, we're gonna
go Black Panther was better than like
Civil War was better than the Infinity War trailer.
We're gonna go to karaoke and then we're gonna fight at karaoke. Okay? We're not gonna do this on this show right now. Okay, we'll do that.
That's
later.
what this show is for.
I'm sorry.
You cannot tell me.
That's after hours. Sorry.
Oh my gosh! Come on, the BVS trailer was good.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
Call the movie Batman v Superman and then show the Trinity completely united and completely remove all tension that you would have had for a Batman v Superman matchup. Yeah, Batman v Superman asterisk. Well, up to a point until Wonder Woman gets there.
Regardless of the content of the film itself, because yes, we've agreed and discussed
it was a
that
bad
it did not earn
trailer.
any of what was going on.
It was a bad trailer because they had crap to pull from. You can't pull out crap and as a crap sandwich.
That's not a valid argument.
They had crap and they made a crap sandwich out of it.
That's not a valid argument because those Suicide Squad trailers were awesome. They were amazing.
I enjoyed Suicide Squad.
That movie was crap. Okay, that
you might have enjoyed it, but it was so crappy.
Suicide Squad was a movie, not a film. Okay,
it was a fun, crappy movie, but that movie was crap.
It was a movie, not a film.
You know what? Those guys.
I sat down for 2 hours and watched some flashy shit and ate some popcorn. I saw a movie. I didn't see a film. There's a difference.
Oh my god.
Cinema.
Whatever. We're gonna agree to disagree. Whatever.
How did we get here?
I don't know.
I don't know how we got here.
Because this is like the same situation where no one likes Iron Man 3 and I like Iron Man 3 and I'm just like,
I loved Iron Man 3.
I don't
Are you
understand. Whatever.
It's okay.
It was. I think with the world that they established that did not go heavy into magic, it was the best way that they could have had the guy with the rings. What's his name? Too much wine. Yes, Mandarin.
You mean Ben Kingsley pretending to be Mandarin?
with the world that they established that was not yet heavy on magic, it was the best way to introduce Mandarin.
Yes.
If Iron Man 3 had come out after Doctor Strange, then I would have had larger problems with it. But it didn't. It came out before.
Oh, yeah. Way before. Yeah. I don't know. Doctor Strange is like, blah. Okay. I could do without Doctor Strange.
I don't.
Yeah.
It was great on Netflix. I didn't even go to the theater for it.
In equal measure, so it's just a wash for me. So
you broke even.
Yeah.
Okay.
So last but not least, we're going to talk about the most highly anticipated film of the year, in my opinion. Marvel film. I see you making that face out of the corner of my eye. That's Black Panther.
So one of my coworkers asked me, they said, are you going to go see Black Panther when it comes out? And I said, yes. In a dashiki with a head wrap, and I'm going to bring my own bucket of chicken.
Everyone's going to be African that day. Like, Josh is going to be walking around with a dashiki on.
What kind of question was that?
That is already breaking records. I mean, it sold out in Fandango.
I'm gonna get that Coming to America jacket, the one that he wore with the lion on it.
Oh my god! You're gonna adopt the African accent? Which one? Which country? Africa gonna adopt?
I really want to walk into the theater like one of those Olympic, like whenever they do like the entry, like the opening ceremony,
yeah,
with just a huge ass like Wakandan flag and just like waving. And everyone's gonna be like,
There's
What's wrong with this girl?
ceremony. I know.
like, sit down, please.
Oh my!
But yeah, I'm so hyped.
Can't wait.
I'm so hyped.
I cannot wait.
They said their first cut was 4 hours long, and I would sit through it. Just give me an
That's why
intermission.
everyone on Tumblr was like, release it. Don't.
Yeah, give
edit
me.
it at
Just,
all.
I just want an intermission so I can stretch my legs a little bit, and then I'm right back.
I mean,
I'm
Quentin
right there.
did it. He does it.
Right?
So maybe
I sat through Titanic in the theater, and I was like 9.
I saw that
yeah.
movie 11 and a half times.
Right?
a half. She stopped
And a
halfway
half.
through.
She left during one.
I did, because it's long enough that my
'Cause
that
I had
my
already
family
seen it
went to go
11
see something
times.
else, and they were like, "We have to go," and I'm like, "We're only halfway through," and I'm like, "All right, I'm 12, so I have to go with you." So
So some of the Black Panther news that came out, I believe they released their final TV spot, right? Before the release.
I think
The final.
so,
Was
yeah.
it a TV spot or was it a trailer?
It's a TV spot. It's yeah. 'Cause they
Okay.
didn't want-
It's long.
It's a minute and a half.
Yeah.
A trailer for me is about two and a half. So yeah, it's definitely just a TV spot. It was during the college football championship.
Makes sense. I was like, are they going to air for the Super Bowl?
Right? Yeah, no, I didn't see it during
No.
TV. I saw it on the interwebs.
yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a football like length of time.
I didn't care. It was Bama in Georgia.
So was there any like new footage?
There's some, but I mean, mostly they're just extensions of what we already saw in previous
Yeah.
trailers. So yeah,
Okay.
there's some new footage, but nothing exciting where it's like, oh, that's a completely new sequence that we haven't seen before.
Is there any more Michael B. Jordan?
Oh yeah.
Oh, he looks so good in this
Oh,
movie.
yeah.
He looks so good.
I was like, oh man, how?
so good.
I can't. Ooh.
You said there wasn't anything new or like nothing exciting, but I will disagree with that because there's the scene where with Black Panther where he goes to talk to the tree full of panthers.
Yes. Never mind.
Right?
Correction.
Yes.
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 You mean when it turns into the Lion King?
Okay.
Circle.
Well, because this was always a question of
Oh, the ancestors are in the sky.
well, because depending on who's writing Black Panther in the comics, they either kind of just ignore the whole spiritual panther god deity sort of like aspect of Black Panther and just sort of lean hard into the technological aspect of him, where it's like, hey, here's this really awesome like Batman like character with all these awesome little gadgets and stuff, but to see that in the trailer, the first time that I think it was in the first official trailer, I lost my damn mind. Nobody else knew what the hell that was. But I was like,
in the most recent,
he's tapped into the Panther
when he
god.
dropped them things on the truck, everything.
And in the most recent run with Ta-Nehisi I say his name wrong every time. He went heavy in the Panther God paint during his run on Black Panther. So I think that they drew a lot of inspiration from his run. And they include that in the movie. And also the reason that it's a little bit exciting is because people think this is where the Spirit Stone is going to come from. Because remember, there are missing stones for this guy.
Soul Gem.
Soul Gem. Sorry, not Spirit Stone.
You know, because he's black. Soul. Soul String Stone.
Is there going to be like a lot of bass, like, are there going to be a lot of bass riffs?
James Brown makes an appearance.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of bass riffs in the soundtrack. Kendrick Lamar has confirmed that.
Soul Train. Who's the host of Soul Train on there?
Don Cornelius.
Oh. All right. Well, that'll be on SNL, I'm sure. Yeah, so the big controversy, of course, there's controversy.
It's always can't invite us to anything.
Yeah.
Can't invite Disney marketing to anything. I said it.
Yeah, Tony.
Well, maybe
Tony
Disney marketing in China.
Disney marketing, this isn't your fault, but somehow, some way, I'm sure somebody in the office saw this. But yeah,
somebody had to see this.
Disney consumer products, shame on you, okay? Whoever didn't like oversee this license.
Okay,
we're getting there.
There's a stupid pin out there. I don't know at the Disney World.
So I'm a Disneyland enthusiast.
Okay, so she's gonna tell you all about the pin thing.
Yes, so I'm a Disneyland enthusiast. So if you go to Disneyland, there's this thing called pin trading. No. It started in the 1984 Olympics, I want to say, but like they made all these like little enamel Olympic pins, and you could trade them with people.
Still can.
And Disney picked up on that, and so Disney does this thing called pin trading where you can go to the parks and you can buy these special little enamel pins and you put them on your jackets or your lanyards or backpacks or whatever. And some of them are limited edition or some of them are not, but you can just trade them with other people or you can buy them or whatever. So Disney now owns Marvel, Disneyland, Marvel, blah, blah. Yeah. They released a Black Panther enamel pin.
Right.
That didn't have eye guards on, which one doesn't make sense with the character because he's got the...
Everything you've seen has the eye guard.
Yeah, right? And he's clearly not black.
Yeah, the picture you're seeing now is actually a little bit darker than what it is on computer screens or in real life.
Yeah, on the computer screen, he looked hella pink. He looked real pink.
Yes.
Pink, like Piglet.
No, he's
Like,
definitely
Winnie the
light-skinned.
Pooh.
Yeah, right? Light-skinned is being nice about it.
He's more light-skinned than I am. Let's
So
just go
then
ahead
I
and put
like
it
how
that
they
way.
Yeah.
tried to blame it on the person who took the picture. Like, he put the flash on, and then they put a side-by-side with the flash on and the flash not on.
And he was still really light-skinned. Like, Chadwick Boseman is not a light-skinned man.
Not even close.
The character isn't a light-skinned man.
Yeah.
Not
A
only
great
that,
dark chocolate bar, okay?
Why-
That I like take a bite out of. That's all I gotta say.
And it does. So the poster, or the picture that's on screen now
Oh,
is the
God.
Chinese poster, correct?
Yes.
For Black Panther.
that is terrible. That's
And
like
it looks
Dr.
awful.
Doom. That
It
looks like
looks
a Dr.
real
Doom
bad.
mask with Iron Man.
Because it's clearly not the right mask.
when are the eye guards ever open?
They're not.
Ever.
And if you look at that poster versus the American poster, like, you can clearly say they just did some, like, bad Photoshop.
They did. They did. They just covered his face. They didn't have one like that with the eye guards on. And guess what? Ironically enough, they don't want this movie looking too black. Marketing to their audience.
But wait a minute.
See,
didn't he just win an award?
This is the American poster, no mask. So, like, you can clearly see they just Photoshopped a shitty mask on top of Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah, because they don't want to show he's a black man. And there's another example with Star Wars. When Star Wars The Force Awakens came out, and they completely took out
They took Finn out, right? Yeah.
They completely took Finn out of the Chinese posters, or they made him like really,
Yeah.
really small when he was a larger image.
I mean, somebody, please fact check me on this, but didn't he just win an award? I'm pretty sure it was from China as like from some major award show as favorite international movie star or something.
I'm pretty
I don't
sure
know.
he did. I think you're correct on this. But the thing
didn't
is,
Chadwick Boseman just win an award from, I believe it was a Chinese award show that named him as. No, he showed up.
Will Smith,
He's
right?
No,
there
they say Will
accepting
Smith's
his
not a big star
award.
overseas either.
well, I mean,
And literally it was a big deal. I remember this happened about a month or two ago, and it was a
So,
big deal because they were
yeah.
just like,
Yeah,
okay,
he was
Most
Traditionally-
popular U.S. actor in
yeah.
China.
Okay, yeah. So he just won this, and this was a huge deal because traditionally the thought has been that Asian audiences don't react well to black actors and actresses, and they were like, well, here he is, and like they're hyped about Black Panther, and they're excited about him, and he's in a lot of stuff, and they seem to really enjoy him, and we give him this award.
and they do, but it's still, it's like you said, it's a systematic thing, even though that people really love Chadwick Boseman and he won this award, systematically Asian countries are victim to Western influence, and so they suffer a lot of white supremacy and anti-black attitudes.
I mean, look at a lot of their anime. It's just like all based off of white, blue-eyed characters.
And I can't disagree with that whatsoever because I mean the proof is in the pudding. However, it's like you should. I mean, honestly,
Right? Like
Disney consumer products should have taken the momentum of this award and said like we can go ahead and push.
Yeah.
Or, our products to reflect the fact that our character and our actor has darker skin. Or you go ahead and just don't even, you sidestep the controversy entirely and put
and
the
make
eye
it
guards
accurate
back
and
in.
put the eye guards down.
Put
Yeah.
the eye guards back in. Why do you even have to go ahead and show that? It makes no sense.
Because that's not even my favorite poster
No.
of Black
It's
Panther. When Chad was
not.
looking down, I'm like, no, I'd rather have the mask on.
I
or
want
put
the
his
mask
eyes
on,
up
or I want
whatever.
like a full cast photo that's got Michael B. Jordan with his shirt off.
Oh yeah, I'd like that one. Or it's Michael B. Jordan with his street style wear.
Yeah.
I'm like feeling that.
Right?
I'm having a moment. Yeah.
With his Timberlands on. And
Oh
his,
yeah, the little dots.
his, what are those called?
That's probably
They're body
for the
modifications, but I'm not
nano
sure what they're
things for the
called.
suit.
Scarification.
Oh, yeah, that's
Scarification, yeah. With the scarifications, whatevs. I'm about it.
Is it February yet? Oh gosh.
It is almost.
Where is that bucket of
Happy
chicken?
Valentine's Day. 50 Shades of Grey. What?
What? No, Black Panther.
That's garbage.
I would honestly be very upset if a man tried to tell me, let's go see 50 Shades and not Black Panther. I'd be like, we're not going anywhere. This date is canceled. I have to feed my dogs.
Do people really go to 50 Shades of Grey on Valentine's Day? Is that really a thing?
My niece
I
did.
know.
My
I
niece
know
did.
people who did.
Did you go?
Daniel Jerome went to see 50 Shades of Grey last year.
My niece did, and I was really upset with her.
Oh,
I really hope you don't, and I'm really sorry.
Well, no,
for
everyone was going to
anybody.
Deadpool last year.
Shades darker.
I had to.
He knows the titles.
I had to have a I had to have a
Don't jump in our
legitimate
street.
conversation with my niece about what BDSM was, which was so awkward and uncomfortable.
How old is your
Just
niece?
to tell her that 50 Shades was bad. She just turned 21.
Okay.
So like,
is not
she's
an
of
example.
age,
No.
but still, I was
Does
like,
she not have the internet?
she's a very sweet girl.
Okay.
I took her to the club recently, and she was shocked that somebody wanted to buy her a drink. She thought it was gonna get roofied immediately. She's so sweet.
I mean, she's a girl in 2018,
right? Could have been.
so you know, good on her and be cautious.
Yeah.
So yes, so we're gonna have much more Black Panther-ness going on this channel.
Yes,
Very
we are.
good.
Yes, we are.
This pin's like $20. I don't know. It's silly. It looks silly.
As a pin collector, I'm upset.
Pin,
Right?
right?
It is a terribly designed
To
pin.
charge $20 a pin. I'm sorry.
That's
I know the
baloney.
price points of those pins, okay? Because I am a Disney fan.
Right?
Which were made in
No,
China.
Yeah.
That makes no. You know what? No, we can't talk about this anymore. I'm gonna get hyped over the price.
Toni
of
is
the
done.
pin. I'm sorry.
Toni is
That's-
done.
Maybe Trump should be focused on these pins that are being made in China. Just step off of
I'm
the
about to say
immigration
something
stuff.
real mean.
Who is not doing their
I'm about to say
job
something
is all
real
I'm saying.
mean.
Who is not doing their job and saying, like, that's not what that character looks like, and maybe we should not do that.
Bob Iger.
Who's that person? Where are they?
Rupert
Bob
Murdoch.
Iger taking it all the way to the top.
Take it all the way to the top. What? Also, Kendrick Lamar is producing the album for this.
The soundtrack, and he released. There was a collab. The first song is a collab with him and SZA.
There's 2 songs already.
That was the first. I said the first song. Listen to
Stop
my stream.
mansplaining back there.
Listen to my stream.
God.
The peanut gallery is over here.
I know.
The first song sounds good. I like that song a lot.
Oh,
I'm really
God.
excited for
So
this.
I kind of
Kendrick
really
and
just
SZA.
discovered Kendrick Lamar because I started listening to that album Damn, and I was like nonstop for the whole week. Yeah, I'm sorry. I can't. I'm like
Where you been?
listening to Kanye over
Where
and
you
over
been?
and over again.
But which album though? Cause
For Kanye?
yeah,
All of them.
On repeat.
Graduation, Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
I will give you all of them
Life of
except for Pablo. We gonna have a whole nother stream to talk about this.
Actually, we can debate this during karaoke while Daniel does some Kanye
After
stuff.
she and I fight about whatever
Right.
it is that we were fighting about.
Yes.
We're gonna have to go back and watch the stream to remember why you
Yeah,
guys were
man.
fighting, and then you'll fight about it, and then we'll fight about Pablo.
I mean, if the songs featured in the trailers are any indication, the soundtrack's
It's gonna
be
be-
great.
yeah.
It's gonna be
I'm
great.
really excited about it.
So with that said, I think we're gonna close it for tonight.
We did it, guys.
We did it.
Hey.
We made it. It went so quick. We're ready to go drink and sing and have fun.
I'm gonna have water.
Guys, let us know which superhero property you're excited for this year, whether it's Dark Phoenix or Deadpool or or Infinity War. Oh, Deadpool's pretty cool. That's pretty exciting.
I'm ready for Deadpool. I'm excited for it.
Name the movie that we're really all excited for.
Black
Panther.
All right, on 3, we're gonna say Wakanda forever.
Okay.
Ready?
I'm ready.
1, 2, 3.
Wakanda forever!
Thank you guys for joining us at this episode of the Infinity Watch on Pop Culture Renegades. Please like and subscribe to this channel. And I'm here again with our newest cast member, Toni. Where can we find you on social media? Where you want people to follow you?
Not the porn blog.
not the private one.
Listen, I'm very proud of the work I do
that.
there, okay? You can find me on all the social medias at the Toni Sanchez. Toni with an I, Sanchez with a Z.
Great. And also, she's going to be writing more for the website. So
I am.
please go to thathashtagshow.com to see all of our fabulous writing on there. And Jordan, where can we see you next? And where can we find you on social media?
You can find me on social media at Lambertra. It's my last name, Lambert, with an extra R and an A. Lambertra.
My
And
Battlestar Galactica female version.
right, should be. And you can see me next on Sunday with the Goldman and Sam, who his screen
Sam?
names are crazy. We'll be talking about Star
Man
Trek.
Ramsey Bolton.
Yeah, right. He does look like Ramsey. Oh my god! Oh my god! We'll be talking about Star Trek at the Riker Maneuver.
Wow. How's that season going?
Oh, it's good. It's really good.
Okay.
If you guys stopped watching after it stopped being free, pay for it because it's worth it.
All right. And guys, you can find me next week. I think we're coming back with the Watchtower. We'll see. Also, Gingerdale is back next Wednesday, so tune in for that. I'll also be back here next Friday with these ladies for another episode of Infinity Watch. Maybe I'll be back on After Dark next Saturday. But again, you can catch us next week. Shut your mouth over there. And once again,
one episode and they're done with us.
Yeah, all right.
Too much girl power.
Please like and
We've had
subscribe
enough.
to this channel to keep up to date with everything trending and geek pop culture. Good night.
That's the slogan for this channel.
What? Pop culture?